Everything's bottomed out. Everything's fitting well. Fitting very nicely. I'm going to do something different on this. I've still got to cut my side plates out, but I'm going to bed this. I'm going to get this thing fitted really nice, bed the back of it all along that top tang before I start cutting my side plates out. That'll let it go in the correct position every time, and I won't have to fight with it. The bedding actually gets into the screw holes and lines them up and makes them align better when you're going taking it apart and putting it together several times. When you're bedding one, you have just got so long to do what you're going to do, and you had better be quick about it. There's no time to waste, my friend. No time to waste. Alright, give that about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Scrape all the excess bedding compound away. I believe I like that. Well, that epoxy is still a little tiny bit spongy, but that dude is rock solid. That thing is welded in there. I'm going to peel away some of this wood and just get it down and go ahead and do the trimming. See, I waxed all this with car wax before I started bedding that. I don't know how far back this trigger guard lays in. It's back past this, so I can take this all the way down to the metal. I'm going to go ahead and start doing that and breaking that thing loose at the same time. Okay, that's as far as I'm going to go right now. I'm going to let this harden up just a little bit more before I try to take it out. But that's absolutely solid as a rock in there. Woohoo! Alright, I like to let this mechanism soak for a while. And this is diesel, and it gets all the smoke, the black soot. It gets old crud, anything that's on there that keeps it from being really clean. gets rid of all that stuff. I like to let it soak at least overnight. This one's been soaking for a couple days. This is just an old cheap throwaway chip brush. I'm a big fan of clean. If I get to feeling bad, don't have anything else to do, I'll pick out something that needs to be clean, bring it up here and clean it. Cleaning is you can feel better about yourself in just a few minutes. Very few things can you feel that much better about yourself in just 10 or 15 minutes other than maybe sex. That'll do it. After I get done with the scrubbing and the diesel, I take compressed air and just blow it out with an air hose. A brass brush, this one happens to be stainless, but a brass brush, real limber, long hairs on it, almost like a card type brush, is very good. Also, it gets into little cracks and crevices you just can't reach. This stainless brush works pretty good. One thing about it, when you use compressed air, you need to be careful that there's no loose little parts here and there, because if you shoot them with compressed air and they land in the shop floor like this one that's full of dust, you can kiss them goodbye. You can write them off. Got to trim off all the little frizzies. Make sure there's nothing in the way of springs that move and things like that. Very good. Very, very good. Now I've got to use my old one as a guide and get these side, I got to get the width established on how wide this is side to side, and also if it's tapered between the back and the front. See if it looks like the front's wider, which is not unusual. I'll measure the screw that holds the back of this together and tell me how wide the back is. And so that's my next step, is to flatten off these sides and cut these lock plates in, these side plates. It's about this time when I'm making a two-piece stock that I will check and make sure that the center line of the buttstock that I have marked and I'm working on agrees with how this thing goes together, and the center line of the actual metal. If I've got this mounted in here straight according to my line, then this barrel ought to line up with my line. So I just look down it and make sure that that center line of that barrel and this center line here line up. And in this case, they do not. My center line needs to be adjusted about a 1/16 to the left. There's probably some sort of a precise tool that will, some sort of laser beam you could put down this thing and tell that. The bottom actually doesn't look that bad, but this top, yeah, it really needs to, this needs to adjust over. It's not much. It's not much. But now at this point, once I adjust that center line over, I've got to put this trigger guard in. And see, that trigger goes, that guard goes on the line, on the center line. The problem is this one's made crooked. It comes out a little bit and it turns and goes over yonder just a little bit. So I have to either bend this. I can put it in a vise and gently pry on it with my fingers and I can bend this. But the problem is this one's been broken and welded right here in this little, where it makes that sharp bend. I cleaned that weld up according to the customer. He wanted me to clean it up and re-blue this, so I've done that. But I'm really hesitant about trying to bend this thing right in that bend, and that's right where it needs to be bent. So I'm probably going to live with the fact that it's got a little bit of a crook to it, and go ahead and kind of split the difference between where it needs to be and where it is, and sort of make those two try to agree with each other. And then I'm going to go ahead and inlet the back of this trigger guard in and set that screw. But I am going to adjust this center line before I do any of that. I put me a mark here where the new center line goes to, and I'm just getting rid of this old one so I don't get them confused. That is my new line. Have to be careful not to get too close to that pencil line, remembering that your pencil line has thickness, and putting that pencil against that metal and drawing, you're still on the outside of that metal. You're not the exact size of that metal, you're outside of it.